time for another dive into Dark Tidings. This is now my second display. I finally moved on to it. Taken a while, but alas, you must just keep going, keep moving on, and seeing what unfolds. I've decided I'm not going to quite go into bag of decks yet. I want to do a couple more videos of Dark Tidings exclusively. I feel like the hype is still real, but once it all hits the North America wide, I will definitely be chilling out and moving on to bag of decks and doing a variety of different sets being showcased here, since I do have that plethora. And I am happy to announce that this month there will be 2 deck giveaways, not just one, because my Patrons have been very supportive, and I really appreciate everyone who has contributed and allowing me to have that extra ability to give away more decks, because I do want to do that. So here we go. I've got the opening of these, I feel like, down pretty good. Oh, this is a cool name. He Who Watches Hippo Tower. So I know how to open it, just expose the name, and I love it. And the houses are Shadows. Ooh, you gotta love that. Star Alliance and Logos. Oh, that is very nice right there. Very nice indeed. So let's see what this deck has in store. What tidings are dark in here? How dark are the tidings? I do love me. Actually, I like all 3 of these houses in Mass Mutation. Are they my favorite houses in this set so far? They very well might be, actually. I think Sanctum might be in the running for one of my favorite houses in this new set, so I cannot with absolute certainty state that this is my favorite house combination yet, but it is in the running to be. So let's see what we got. We have Ruins of Arcanus, not my favorite card. Bouncing Deathquark, very nice. Brain Eater. Fila the Researcher. Nova Archaeologist. Armadrone with the Draw Pip. Australis Seaborg. Infomorph. Science. Static Charge. Theory or Conjecture. Another Theory or Conjecture with a Draw Pip. Booby Trap. Then we have Stir Up Trouble. Choose a creature and one of its neighbors. Each chosen creature deals damage equal to its power to the other. Very cool. Then we have the Flying Spectre, and it says after your opponent raises the tide, you destroy it. Steal 1 if the tide is high. 2 Flying Spectres. Francis the Economist. Gas Pipes Malone, aka Post Malone of KeyForge. Before fight, the creature Gas Pipes Malone fights captures 1 from its own side. Hornswoggle. Use an enemy artifact as if it were yours. Kerwallop. Deal 1 to each creature. Gain 1 for each creature destroyed this way. I absolutely love the Hornswoggle, the Kerwallops. Like, they have such good stuff in Shadows here. Sea Urchin. Poison. Capture 1 if the tide is high. Steal 1 instead. 2 Sea Urchins. Seeker Needle. And then Walk the Plank. I have not seen this card before. If your opponent has no Ember, deal 4 damage to a creature. Otherwise, steal 1. Huh? Oh, I get it. So you just steal 1 unless they have no Ember, and then you deal 4 damage to a creature. Oh, that's really cool. Ooh, here's something new. This is Dive Pod. D1 V3 Pod. While the tide is high, this creature gains Skirmish. While the tide is low, this creature gains Elusive. Interesting. I do not know how I feel about this in terms of potency. The fact that it doesn't have an Ember Pip on it is extremely disappointing, because this is not that great of a card. This is a rare because it is not that great of a card. Sabotage Mission. Keys cost +1 for each different power value among creatures during your opponent's next turn. Static Collection Array, an artifact. I've not seen this before. Your keys cost -1 while the tide is high, and +1 while the tide is low. Huh. That is very interesting. Good propositions there. Biome Discovery. If the tide is high, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and discard one of them. Otherwise, raise the tide. Grand Alliance Council. Choose a creature of each house. Destroy each creature not chosen. Oh, I actually really like this. And just looking at the art there, that is really cool art. It looks like there's an Aquan, a Dino, an Elf, Val, a Robot, I guess that's from Untamed? Hold on. Yeah, an Untamed Shaman of some kind, and then from Sanctum. So that's really neat. Lieutenant Karker. Officer's Blaster. Creature gets +2 power. If creature gains destroyed, attach Officer's Blaster to the creature's right neighbor. You know what doesn't make sense? Like, how does this have a pip, but that other one doesn't? Like, I don't get that. Operative Espeon, really great card. Adds some really fun value for the global tide mechanic. So when you're playing people who are not playing Dark Tidings, it gives you that the opportunity for them to use something in an interesting way. I love these global effects. 2 Espeons. Oh, that means you get to use 2 creatures. That's pretty cool. Rocketeer Triska with a Magikarp, which is really cool. A lot of Pokemon references, I feel, in this set. Well, the tide is high. Rocketeer Triska's neighbors enter play ready. Kincan, and lastly, we have another Kincan. Well, that creates some fun things. My first impressions of this deck is just all right. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. So, we got for creatures 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 creatures. Yeah, again, falling into that average. Pips, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pips. The ability to play 6 cards here. I mean, there is draw, so that helps. Is there anything that... Yeah, I think that actually may work within Logos. But you have to be careful with your opponent, I feel like, because I think that card can bite you. So obviously these work really well because you get the draw, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. That could work. This could work. So yeah, I think there are ways you can pull off Runes of Arcanus here. So that's a good thing. So I think it is doable with this deck, which is nice. Obviously having the removal this deck has is great. Brain Eater is fun. Fila is fun. I wish there was some deploy in here, because there is deploy in this set, but yeah, or rearrange stuff, because that would allow a little bit more fun within the ability to pull that off. I guess you could always use this and create it open if you really wanted to continue playing stuff and getting that draw. So I think that does work. The double Kincan is obviously interesting if you can pull that off with the steel. Rocketeer Triska, there isn't anything that exists that you really care about coming in other than for the Reap. So that's one thing. The double Espeon. I think this card is really good, but it's so dependent because there's how much tide raising do I have without gaining chains, because that matters here. So here's one. Wow. So literally just one. Oh, and you get to archive a card in your place, which is cool. Yeah, just the one. So that is not good, which means you would have to take chains. But I mean, getting to use 2 creatures to take 3 chains may be worthwhile depending on who the creatures are. There is not a lot of great Reap abilities here. Obviously, Gas Pipes is a candidate, because I think you're like the creature count in Shadows is 4. The creature count here is 6. No, 5. Sorry, miscounted. Is there a creature? No, it is 6. And then in Logos there is again 6. So that's nice. So Shadows you're kind of just dipping into. So you may want to use that to utilize those. Obviously, I think this is a good reap effect. Nova Archaeologist is good, and then Brain Eater to find something to draw some more cards. Those are candidates. Oh, and Armor Drone, obviously, to fight and steal one, potentially. It gives you some options. I don't think the Ember Control is huge in this, but it's definitely not lacking. Yeah, I think I actually really like the Star Alliance just because there's a bunch of cards I haven't seen here, which is cool. I really like Walk the Plank, I have to say. I think this is a really interesting design. The art's cool. And it's basically making sure this isn't a dead card, so it doesn't give you Ember because it's going to do something no matter what. And I think that's a trend now within the set is you don't always get Ember. It's Dark Tidings is forcing you to have to think about using your board more to gain Ember. You're not just going to be able to play cards and gain Ember necessarily, which I'm kind of liking. I think it's cool. Nova Archaeologist is really cool with the ability. And Bouncing Death Quark with Fila is cool because you can destroy creatures next to Fila and open up a space to drop something. So that's kind of fun. Obviously, Infomorph is a target to just... It's a vanilla, get rid of it. Theory or Conjecture. So we got 1, 2 with Science, I think. That's it. 3. So we have 3 cards that activate with Science. Not ideal. You know what? This deck is I think not just okay. I think it's slightly better than okay. I think if you can pull off the Arcanus, which I think is possible, especially with the Archive, the top 2 cards of your deck. But I honestly think if you have it out, you go for Play the Top over the Archive. Just because the cards you archive may not be a part of the same house, so there's no guarantee you get to play them. Where this is guaranteeing that's 2 cards, so that's 4 right there. You only need to play 2 more. So yeah, that seems very doable, especially with the Archive. So that's it for He Who Watches Hippo Tower. Hope you enjoyed this. There'll definitely be a couple more Dark Tidings unboxings and analysis coming up before we go over to Bag of Decks. But that is definitely around the corner. And I am excited for that episode because it's going to be a surprise. And the giveaways will be a surprise as a result as well. So thanks everyone for watching. And please do like and subscribe. And more so, if you think someone would enjoy my videos, I would love it if you would recommend them to a person. And also catch my stream every Thursday now here on YouTube at 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern, where I will be jamming all these. So hope to see you there and chatting with me. And until next time, may your Amber never be stolen and your keys forged promptly. Have a good one.